Hey there, YouTube. We are live now. Officially, we're going, and today we're gonna be drawing some maps for my D&D campaign, and we're gonna see how well we can do. I've got a couple things planned for today. I have like a rough sketch in front of me. I didn't do any sort of scan, so I am going to have to kind of just do an overlay here, but what I do have is a couple different things planned. So you'll have to let me know what you think of the music, if the music is too loud or anything. But we're gonna be going through and trying to make a map for my campaign because I just haven't been doing it. So I also have a nice pen today to go through and draw with. So I've done a little bit of setup, but not a ton. So what we're going to go through here is just going to do some basic background colors and stuff. So let's start with the ocean. Just going to do like, so the way I imagine this map here is it's kind of like a northern peninsula sort of situation going on, So we got mostly surrounded by water here, but then if we go through here, and we'll just do some rough outlines of what I think the interior of the country sort of looks like. We'll go through and let me see if I have these shortcuts mapped out correctly. Yeah, I do. So I've got this pen. I haven't fully figured out all the different controls with it, so I'm gonna have to work with that, but we are gonna see how we can go. So like I said, it's sort of just like a northern peninsula situation. So for the most part, you don't have to worry too much about what this is going to look like. But I do have pressure settings on. So that's all right. We can play with that as we go. I think it might actually help sort of give it a real drawn look, if you know what I mean. So I think we can just sort of leave that as it is and work with it. So for the most part, this country, this world, this land, it's divided up into 9 separate nations, and they are in like a peacetime. Things aren't, there's not too much war between them, so there's not too much to worry about. But in terms of our large layouts here, there's also in the center, there's a great lake, if you will, a great sea sort of in the center here. Here, let's actually go ahead and shrink this water. But in the middle of the ocean here, or within the entire country, it's just this massive lake that really takes up most of the countryside. And yikes, we don't want to talk about that. But it's for the most part kind of like that. We can do a little bit of adjustments here. I do not think I intended to draw this area, but that's all right. So I think we'll kind of have like that idea going on, and then I guess up here, I don't know, we'll have to go through and make some different general, we can rename things as we go. So this is sort of just like general boundaries. I did indeed just give the Great Lake nuts, but you know, that's all right. And then we'll make layer 3 like borders. Listen, the Balls Peninsula is one of the most important places in the entire thing. It's where most of the characters have spent a lot of time, actually. And not only that, they have started a fishing company right in the dead center of Balls Bay. So, where am I at here? I want to do this. There we go. Oh, I can't go side to side? That's interesting. I can go up and down, but I can't control side to side. That's all right. So, here, let's see if we can clean up Balls Bay just a little bit. Oh, it's all right. Actually, I kind of like Balls Bay. It's not too bad. But let's go through here on the borders, and I'm actually I'll slide it over. Shouldn't be too much of a spoiler at all here, but here's what we got to do. We've got 9 countries that we gotta fill in, and there's one that I still need to draw here with Astilla. Astilla is an island nation right in the center of the Great Lake. So we're gonna have to pull that one in, but here, if we just pop that, we can actually go through and let's pull up what Astilla will look like. So it's a relatively small nation, but a very important place as well. So everything's very rounded. I feel like nations have more like sharper edges, but that's all right. I'm not too worried about it. We can do some roughing up. This is just our rough sketch. So currently the party is over here in Arinthia. So we can just go ahead, and they are most of this southeastern corner here. And then if we go ahead, there's another country that is pretty much surrounded entirely itself surrounds Balls Bay, which is where their fishing company started. And then the other, the largest country in the entire land here is located right here. It's where a lot of the characters are actually from. And we'll go through and we'll mark up what the names of each one are. But once again, I'm just kind of copying my sketch that I got here. Over here, they take up this entire area. He who controls the balls controls the world. It's pretty good. They're also a mostly coastal region, but let's go through here. This country right here is actually pretty much entirely contained, and actually they're much smaller. They're pretty much just a city-state, if you will. Up here, they are almost entirely on their own. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, so let's see, what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then yeah, the other 2 take up the rest of it right in there. So we'll come down here, and I guess let's go ahead and add another layer. Go with titles. And then I just want to go over here and check real quick what the stream's looking like. Does the stream look good to everybody? Good mix of audio and everything between the music and everything. But then, yeah, let's bring this back up. All right, and I of course know all of them, but let's go through and oh, accidentally opened it up. That's okay. Here, it's a little bit harder to scan with just the pen, but okay. So, actually, we'll just put the pen down. We'll use the mouse, I suppose. But here in titles, we got Arinthia. Ooh, it even chose... I didn't choose this font. It chose it entirely on its own. So that's pretty neat that popped up. Chat's a little laggy. I'll see if I can maybe fix that up. Is it just like behind? If it's behind, there's not much I can do with that. I've noticed that it stays behind quite a bit, but yeah. So got Arinthia right there. I'm gonna move my cat out of the way. Can we yeah, it's I've noticed that things pop up for me immediately, but it's a good at least 30 seconds behind, I imagine, probably. So yeah. But then over here, this is Dolimar. Down here, we've got Makansa. I imagine, too, for some of the players here who are in chat, you might be surprised to learn some of the spellings that we've got. Oh, I wonder why I can't put these texts. They should just appear inside of it, but they're adding as new layers. Interesting. Well, I can add that in afterwards. Up here, we've got the Miasto League. Here in the center, the island nation of Estilla. Coming over here. Let me just double check I have all these spellings correct. It's the Miasto League, of course, yes. Yeah, those are all good. Alright. So then, yeah, right here, this is Dialva. Is that a V? That doesn't look like a V. Did I spell that correctly? I guess that's a V. Alright. This is good old Bresk. It's gonna look pretty small for how big of a nation it is, but that's alright. Right here, the coastal region of Ultigan. And then our final country, double checking, of course, I would never forget. Yeah, Kinesk. So. We might have to do some text change. I feel like it's a little hard to read, but yeah, we'll make it work. So let's see here. Is there a way for me to put these inside? What I should have done is create the folder here. I can create a folder inside of it. Yeah. put all these inside that group. There we go. And then if I can just, yep, nice and easy, pop those in. And then, let's see, what else are we trying to go through? We're going to start labeling some cities. We'll go through and make some big marks there. So, why not? Let's create a layer here. So we got nation names. We'll create another folder here for cities. Do I even have... Yes, I do have these there. Okay. Not too bad. Looks good to me so far. Can bring back these colors. We're gonna have to do some overlay with that, but we can also, if we go back and check, what's nice about this website Conca is, I believe, I hover over a name, it kind of gives you the quick and dirty description for each one. So for Orinthia, we got a jungle region, Bresk, desert plains. I hesitate in case there's any spoilers in here, but I don't believe so. Oh, I'm so wrong about that. Kinesk is literally just... Or wait, no, that's right. This should be an erased border. Kinesk is the entire place. That's what I have. I still I had it written over here in my little draft that I got, but I should actually go through here and go over, take the eraser. Where am I at? There we go. And then come back onto borders and slide it over. Oh, why is my my flow? Let's turn that way down, turn the smoothing down, and then we can even increase this. It should be a little bit easier to erase. There we go. Dot that up. Very nice. All right. And then let's go through. I think the more we organize now, the better it'll be later on. The less confusing it'll be. So just slide Kinesk up there. And then Bresk, you can come over here. You're this large nation. And I think I actually had Altagan being a little bit bigger up here, but and why not? Let's go through. Let's get rid of it. There's no implications for these areas quite yet, so we can still do a little bit of reshaping. Not the nation names, we want the borders. I don't know why it's a soft brush. It should be a little bit harder, but that's all right. Here. Let's go ahead. Let's open the borders up of Altagon just a little bit more. Bring it all the way out here. Why not? Yeah. Got like Croatia vibes coming this whole way around. So nation names, I should be able to... Ooh. Don't need that text tool. Take the move. There we go. That looks better. And then here, we can even... I feel like Bresk is bad having it all the way up there in that corner, but... that is the way that it goes, so... Let's even take this and Is this? Yeah, right. Okay. And let's go ahead and fix the title here because they are the Master League. Oh, that's just the title. I didn't know that. I thought if you went through, it would update it, but obviously not. I guess that is just the title of it, but it's nice to have that there. So we can even take Dolomar here. And yeah. Alright, so if we go through, now we can make some notes on where some of these cities are at. Let's close these tabs up. I just realized the tabs are probably behind chat, so you can't even see it, but that's okay. So why don't we also go through and just do a little bit of coloring? So just to spice up some colors here. So Estilla is the water. I just have it as a water region. That's funny. So why not? Let's go through and actually mark up. I feel like the lake should have a different color. No. You can have like the ocean water. And then there's... Here we go. We'll clean this up a little bit so it's not quite so confusing. But yeah, all right. So let's go through here. We can even just create... what do we go? We want to go to general boundaries, do a quick select, see how well it picks it up. Where's my selection at? Did it do the whole thing? I can't see the selection. What has happened? All right, let's just see if I actually got this color correct or not. But then we need our paint can. I'll find it here one day. I haven't used Photoshop in a while, so getting back into it might be just a little bit of a hassle. But here we have that. Now let's just see if my hypothesis is correct. Ooh. Have I? Oh, come on. Ah. Nope. Doing something wrong. What's the issue here? Foreground color. No? Just do a deselection real quick here. What have I done there? I'm confused. So I want to do a selection on this. Go through, do a quick select. I'm losing my selection. I don't know why. Here, if I just do this real quick. Curiosity's sake. See, it stays there. I don't know why that's happening. Let's just do a deselect real quick, and then we'll just trace the entire thing. We don't have to be super specific, because we can just go through and color it afterwards. And then, why not? Let's go through and get rid of Estilla on the map here. And then we can fill with the foreground color. Look at that! What do we think of that? We think that's a good lake color. I feel like it's a little bit weird, but maybe the ocean is more the color that needs to be fixed. I feel like that is a pretty good lake color. Maybe we should go through here. Oh, my general bound. Oh, see, I knew I was gonna do it. Let me go through. Let's deselect it. come over here. And then this is probably why it wasn't working. Oh no, we're good. That does fix it. And then why not? Let's go through. We need an ocean color. What does an ocean look like? Here. This is what we can do. We can pull out this. Let's do map colors. What does... Let's look and see, like, what does an ocean... See, they have, like, a real light blue for the ocean, too, but I feel like it should be darker now. Here, let's go through. Just do a general reference search. See, they have it way lighter. Or just black. These actually have, like, the map, the lakes being just white. We don't like that. Yeah, let's go. Bad reference photos. Well, we'll come back to that. For now, let's just go with a darker blue, I think. Oh, what's happening? I want the history brush. I just want the brush. Give me that blue. Give me that blue. Perfect. Why am I having issues here? I don't know. Can I do that? Oh, no. Come back to... What have I done? We'll just leave it for now. We gotta work through some other things. Maybe we... Can I get any color on anything else? Oh, I see. It's because I had that selection up. That's entirely my bad. Like I said, I haven't used Photoshop in a while, other than to create some memes, you know, so... Just do a general tracing here. I feel like that's a much better blue. We'll have to go through and create some details so everyone knows it's the ocean. But I think that's pretty alright from what I would say. And then here, we could even go through and find these hard edges. Let's select it on. Let's deselect. Go through to general boundaries. This will make it much cleaner. Each time I get through a little bit more, and then the background color. No? I don't know why I'm not getting the selection tool to work there. That's so weird. Is it, am I... Huh. With the magic wand. Maybe the magic wand will help more. General boundaries. This is what we want. Let's do a deselect. General boundaries. Ah, that makes the full selection. Just out of curiosity, what happens here if I do background? Ah, so I've discovered how to clean out the lake. Can we do it the reverse way? Here, and then let's even come in here to this, and then here, and background. There we go. We've cleaned out the island. And then let's go through general boundaries. And if we do a control inverse, we should I believe. Let's see. Let's see what happens. If I've figured this out or not. Nope. Not that. Try again. General boundaries. I don't know why it's selecting that interior area. I feel like it shouldn't be doing that, but... Interesting. And then if I just do, I see. Okay. I didn't really do that out at the exterior with anything, which I don't know why. Because to me, if I do this... Oh, well, I also have completely ruined it. Let's just do a fill with white. Getting real stumped here. I used to be so good at this. Let's do a background color. Nope. Just do some undos. There we go. White. Very nice. And then how do I do an outer selection? I'll just make it easier. I can go through and I want the quick selection. Deselect everything. There we go. Now we're getting the quick select to work. It's looking pretty good to me. Go over here. Now we do a fill with the foreground. Oh, I was so confident too. Or it's showing though. Oh, I've somehow covered over. I don't know how I've done that. Let's just do... I mean, the ugly way to do it is to just do a fill like that. Somehow I've done the right thing, but in the wrong order. But you know, we got it. So it's all right. Anyway. If we come down here, we can hide these nation names. We got Ball Bay, of course. But if we want to go into city names, cities, rather, you have to come up with a text. And within Port Mar, or within Dolomar, we have Port Mar. Let's just fix that text color while we have it. I feel like we can maybe go for like a brownish for like city names. Where's brown sit on the color wheel here? And there we go. And I might need to switch up this text. I feel like it's getting a little hard to read. Kind of like that black ladder, and that's a little bit easier to read, I guess. Right here on the corner, and then let's see, do we have any good symbols already made for us? I want a stamp, let's say. Where would I find such a thing? Perhaps not. I suppose we make a stamp ourselves, but can come down here and we'll just do, what is it, stars for cities and dots for towns, right? Oh my. Here, and then we can just do, I rename this to cities, cities and town names, or cities and town markers. There we go. That would make sense. We put this inside here. In it. Yep. Now we can go through and make some markers. So I'm thinking probably black in case we have anything else that sticks out. So let's do a little star in here. It's not so bad. Right up there along the water. I'm thinking maybe we do need to keep the text black though. Yeah. But we can see how things go. So, I guess you also have stars usually for like capitals, right? Is that, am I remembering my history classes correctly? Or geography classes? We can do a little bit of lore here. If we go through and bring back up Conca. And just to see, within Dolomar, I only had Port Mar named as another place. I think next we should do all of the towns in Arinthia. So Arinthia's got a couple things going on. Oops. Just go back. Arinthia's got many towns, many places that are a little bit more important. The most important place right now is actually Penwarv. That's the current town everyone's sort of hanging out in. So just to double check too, I want to make sure that I'm getting the capital names and cities correct, because Matuni is the capital. Yeah. Meowri is a tabaxi town. Avindi's just a village that they may attend. This one's got a whole text to it. But the Morte Academy for the Maleficent Arts. And then Warv, which the Academy might be a little bit of a spoiler, but we don't gotta worry too much about that. So, Warv is the village that everyone's hanging out in right now, so. Alright. Warv is pretty much just right up here, pretty close to the, closer, I should say, to the water, but we'll have to put, oh, let's try this again. Go into towns and markers, draw onto it. Let's go down here and just delete that layer real quick. Perfect. So this is going to be Warv, Matuni, Tabaxi Town, I believe, or am I already mixing things up? Matuni's over here, closer to the sea. The main capital, of course, is located deep within the borders. And then, what was the other town I still had? Miari's the tabaxi town. Avindi. Matuni. So Matuni's the star. Warv is up there by the ocean. Avindi and Miari. Miari's in there. So we just need to put Avindi in. And Avindi may not become important at all in any sort of way. But Avindi is a town right on the coast. So let's go through. Let's make some text layers. And if I put these in here, does that start a new layer? It does. All right. That's okay. So, Avindi. Just make sure I get these spellings right. I'm sure it's very important. And I should say, if anybody's thinking some of these town names seem a little silly, they were provided by many of the players. So, don't be mad at me. Anything seems a little off. But gotta put Warv in here. You know, I would, here, actually, this is what I can do. I can check to see if you named your town, but let me do it off screen just in case there's any spoilers that would come about from it. So let me double check here. Navarro. I don't think you had any direct name of a town. Yeah, I don't see a name in there, but I am. Let me check to see if I pull up the country. Did I name the place? I did not. That's true. It's true. I mean, it still exists. It's just uninhabited. Pull this down. And then, what did I say the capital's name was? Matuni. Yes. Oh. I think I need to go through and make the names of the countries a little bit larger, perhaps. But should I put them away to the side so I can show some features in there? I mean, I guess we can just leave everything up so we don't have to worry too much about it. But go through, grab the names of these towns and villages. We can throw these right in there. Let's go check out some of these other places, see if I have actual names for everything. I've kind of been revealing them as people have entered, and I think I'll continue to play it that way. Yeah, so Brusque still, we don't have location names for it. I should probably, there was a brief run-in in Makansa that some altercations went down, so I should probably reveal some of those to everybody, but we're just gonna double check how things are looking here. Everything's looking pretty good. I just wanted to double check stream, see how everything looks with that. They look pretty good from what I can tell. I think here in a little bit we should switch the music up, but we can come back to that. So far these are most of the locations, but let's go through. I should mark out the few places that they did visit here in Makansa, and unfortunately I don't think I kept my notes. I don't have them on hand. I'd have to go grab my notebook, but I don't actually have them on the website, so I'd have to, I should have transposed all of that by now, but I haven't. So what you gonna do? Be upset with me? Of course. But let's just bring up a couple of these things. All right, so a place that should have been visited a bit earlier on could have been right here under these markers. Were right here, but unfortunately a run-in had to cause them to run all the way to Port Mar. And then along the way they did visit a place called Walter's Keep, which is more of a fortress outpost, but it was all right. And then they visited a village along the way. I don't know, I don't seem to have that name left up there, so it is not on the website, unfortunately. So I'm thinking what I should do though is go in and add those up. But again, I think we can add some geological features as well. So let's go ahead. So Arinthia is a jungle area region, so I think we should go in here. Let's go ahead. Oh, I should add this before I forget it. So let's just add Walter's Keep, and I'll come back and I'll make sure I rename those other places once we get to them. Walter's Keep, not the most important place. It is home to a band of rapscallions known as the Rancids, though, who have become a pretty good source of companions for the group, depending on who you ask. Just want to see. Just place that right in there. Looks good to me. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Are these other ones italicized. They look like it. Why is this one different? I've switched back text. That's why. I need to switch over to the black letter. There we go. And with that, there we go. It's looking pretty good. So, let's go through and let's do a little bit of coloring in. Pull it all the way down. Should go the lowest. Let's just label these as bodies of water. This will be general, what do we call this? Features? General land features. So, Arinthia being a mostly jungle nation. It's gonna have this deep green. General land features and oops. Should be a darker green. What do we think? It's got most of the country here. So, not the entirety, but a good... Oh, yes, of course. I've lowered my opacity down. Let me just fill that in. There we go. There we go. I was wondering why it looked so dark. It was because I had the opacity down. So, much of Arinthia covered in this deep, thick jungle. But it will not extend the entirety. Each border kind of... It's mostly what sets up the areas, a natural boundary, like a river or something. But it's not going to be the full extent of it. So we should go with a lighter green for more general grassland. We can do some blending here, so it won't be too much of a harsh. And that does go above. I'll just have to pull bodies of water up. But a general grassland here. And along most of the coast here in Arinthia. I think most of everywhere except Dolomar probably actually has this good grassland. Let me just pull bodies of water up above. Oh, I have to make this all transparent, but that's okay. I can just simply... Nope. Which one am I looking for here? Or am I going to have to make the entirety of it I will have to make it all transparent now that I think about it. everything that's not in front of it, right? Yes, indeed, indeed. Once we get to the end, I think this is going to look so good. But we got a lot of work to get there, so... Should just be able to... Nice! Check that out. So, now that that is all entirely transparent, and also let's go through here. I don't know... Can this read the center area? It can. Beautiful. All right. So let's go back to general land features. And this will also help us whenever we make rivers and such along the way. We can have those rivers go right on top of these general land features. So that'll look really nice. But for the most part, Orinthia, that deep jungle going on. We come back over Makansa, if I remember correctly, has a lot of it's grassland, but it is kind of like Great Plains grassland, like that yellowish field type ideas, you know. So yeah. Alright, so I got the details on a couple of them. So let's come back over here. Oops. What have I done? Just get out of that. Deselect. I don't remember this, like, bar ever being in Photoshop before, but it's very helpful to have it where it is, and I'm a pretty big fan of it. So, yeah, Makansa has this, like, yellowish sort of, like, field land, grassland type area. So let's see if we can find a good, like, golden brown. It's like farmland for the most part. It's my, oh yes, okay. So there's a lot of farmland here. It's the primary resource, I guess you could say, here in the area. So we've got, I feel like that's a pretty ugly yellow, but I think it might be what we stick with. We'll see. And then Dolomar is a mountainous region, so we're going to look for a deeper brown into gray almost, probably. Let's go with that. How does this look? It might become increasingly hard to see the names. They actually seem to stand out pretty well. Dolomar, of course, a land ruled mostly by dwarves, and it's a very rocky, mountainous region. So we can come up with the symbols for that in a bit. Oh, I can go side to side. I don't know why that wasn't working earlier. All right. But then I think over here, it does sort of return to that. I feel like this green is a little too neon for, like, grassland. You know what I'm saying? Am I crazy about that? I think this area should be a little bit softer, maybe. How do I get... What is the color of grass? nice. That's actually, I think it is that. I think it's this color is what I was looking for more previously. So let's, yeah, that's gonna look way better. That other green was a little bit too neon. So let's go through. Oops. If you're watching on YouTube after the fact, after this is already uploaded, I want to say thank you for watching. And if you want to go through, if you want to like the video, like the stream, if you're watching the stream live right now, go ahead and like the stream. That'll help me out a whole bunch. But if you just want to like the video, that'd be great. It will help me out a lot. I think we're, I think sort of like doing this content will be very different from the rest of the channel. It'll probably stand out a lot as a drawing video. As someone who's definitely not the most perfect artist. I mean, look at that. I think it'll be nice to have a little bit of variety, though, for sure. So we can check out. Maybe if the video does well, I might, whenever I need to create maps for like cities and certain things, I can go through and do that. But let's check this all out. So, I mean, this is more or less, aside from this island, this is pretty much where the party has been so far, where a lot of them are from, and such areas such as. So we got a good amount of this. I should probably color all of this in. Took a little bit of the jungle away there, but along the coast, things mellow out just a bit. So now let's see how well I can get this blur tool going. Let's see if I can mix these up well. If I even remember how to use the tool properly. Because I may not even want to be using the blur tool, but yeah, check that. We got it. Kind of mixing in a little bit better. I think maybe I do want to try... Should I try the smudge? The smudge might... Yeah, the smudge kind of like lets me be a little bit more dynamic, so... Instantly, he's gonna... Takes away those rough edges, so it makes it look a lot better. Here, let's just bring this out. Just, you know, the name. The name gets its own. But then, if we go through... It's actually going to be a very mountainous region here. So this gets to extend this all out. What do we think of this, like, yellow? It's meant to be, like, crop fields and farmland, but I'm thinking it might look a little bit deserty, and we have a desert to make still. Here, let's go back to our reference page. Oh. GPPD stuff. I don't know what that means. Great people's. Oh. Acting up just a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Is it a topographical map? Is that what I'm thinking? Topographical. Maps. Nope. Well. Here, this is the type of map I was thinking of. You know? And I feel like my colors are pretty close. That yellow's definitely not quite what I'm looking for. It's a little bit different. Oh, you said good. Yeah. Let me just see. Can I eyedropper something in a window still? I know that is a feature that can sometimes be done, but I think I need to, let me just do a quick copy. Let's pull this out of here. And that way we also have an easy map to adjust over to. We're working on it. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. We'll get there. Perfect. Works for me. Oh. See, it looks like I'm not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I might need to stop the stream and boot it back up. We'll see. Only been going for an hour, is that right? Which, you know, it's a little unfortunate. Things definitely do seem to be slowing down, although, wait, there we go, maybe. What's going on here? Am I lagging out? There we go. It's just a little behind. Photoshop does take up a good amount of memory, so yeah, let's just go through real quick and let's go with the touch-up colors. Although I feel like that's also save, since my computer seems to be slowing down a little bit. Let's just do a save since we have our general ideas. I believe I have something somewhere, but let's go ahead and just make a D&D folder on the desktop. That way we don't have to worry about finding it later in case things do take a turn for the worst. But D&D stuff, I'll just move it later. And then go in here, map. Nation map. Great. All right. So. Just close that one out. All right. So if we're gonna kind of take some of these, can I zoom in? There we go. I'm gonna start zooming in a lot because I tried a couple times. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's just grab. We can update all our colors. Let's just do that real quick while we have it. So. Has my stream recovered? Am I sending enough video? Or am I still crashing? I see that things are still updating, so it looks just fine, but I don't know why I seem to be having the issues at all. There shouldn't be any issues. Even if it's just a little bit laggy, I don't know. So, alright, let's see. We've gone through, we've updated our colors. I've lost my pen. Oh no. Where have I put my pen? Where did I put my pen? Ah, found it. Go to bodies of water. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Oh no, that is the worst. What did you order? What food did you order? Nice. That is such an ugly color. Am I wrong about that? I feel like I actually like the color that I chose more. Ugh, that is such an ugly blue. But it might just be compared to like what it was. But, you know, we're just kind of... It does kind of look like a colder lake. I don't hate it though. Because, I mean, it's not... I don't know. We have established this is like a northern peninsula. But I feel like we should maybe look at this border over here. It seems a bit flat. Not too much personality going on over here. But that's all right. I don't know. I feel colors are hard. Let's see. So this is the field color that I was looking for too. So let's maybe update that as well. So let's come back over here. Yeah, no, I think that looks better. I think this looks like a better color, right? So happy we've updated the fields color. Although, I don't know. I feel like the more and more I look at it, the more I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's just the desert. But it's not. So, oops. Yeah, we'll bring this in. All right. And then... yeah, it does look a little sandy. I mean, here. So let's Let's pull up a topographical map of Africa, of an actual desert for like the Sahara, and see what color they use, and then we can compare how close it is. So let me pull in another topographical map. Ooh. I've learned that having the YouTube page up, not like my actual stream, but like the YouTube studio screen that lets me kind of see everything, having that open, really, my computer does not like it, because it's just, obviously it's like trying to have the